Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, we are in a shop today. Yes, we are in the garage, but today's going to be started off with unboxing a bunch of stuff. Then we'll eventually be picking up the project outside, but let's just show you what we have. We have a ton of boxes here from GM. You guys can see General Motors stickers all over this stuff, and yeah, so I have slowly been collecting pieces over the last couple of months for the Silverado. You guys might be wondering, well, what are we doing? Well, let's just go ahead, get everything unboxed, and we'll kind of show you everything that we have so far. Alright guys, after a little bit of shuffling around and opening up a crap ton of boxes, we finally got everything opened up. You guys will see a pile of parts here. There's a pile of used and new, kind of mixed all together. So, yes, this looks like it has some damage to it. It's all just surface. There's no deep scratches or anything like that. So all that has to be is either painted or powder coated. We'll get to that in a second. But if you guys did see this, we're gonna focus in on this little logo, AEV. What is the AEV short for? That is short for American Expeditionary Vehicles. And those are the guys that make all of the ZR2 Bison parts for the Silverado, the Colorado, the Canyon, and the AT4X on the Sierra. So yeah, so as you guys can tell, we're going to be doing a conversion here. And what conversion of that? That is going to be the Silverado ZR2 Bison Bumper with the whole thing. So the Bison Bumper on the Chevy is just pretty much everything from the headlights and below. So if you guys can see these black kind of trim pieces and that little pocket right there, this piece right here, that will go on top of the bumper, and then that little headlight bucket, I think there's just a flat piece of trim or something there now, so that'll replace that. The splash guards are different underneath, so I got, you know, the driver and passenger one. Then we've got the passenger side outer bumper piece. We've got the tow hook. I'm not sure which side that is. The other two of those are over near the Corvette. I didn't want to unbox them because you don't need to see two of them. But yeah, so basically we have a beginning of all the parts for the bumper swap. So you guys can see this will pretty much click into here. This is the passenger side outer. This will click onto the top of here. You guys can see those clips there. And yeah, so we have a beginning of the Bison Bumper. Obviously we don't have the Bison Bumper because I have not been able to order it. I'm actually shocked I was able to get all of these pieces. And so that's kind of why you guys see a combination of new and used parts. So the used parts I all got on eBay. Kind of wish I was sponsored by eBay Motors, but I heard they don't sponsor videos anymore, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, so we got the outer bumper pieces, the tow hooks, and one of the splash guards. I believe that one. That all came from eBay, and then the dealership pieces actually came from a number of different dealerships. Starting to run into the fact that some of these items are larger, and some dealerships are charging an astronomical amount of shipping. These top bumper pieces, so you know, the headlight bucket that goes underneath it, the top of the bumper, and those four pieces right there, they aren't that big. They threw them in a huge box, and then they charged me $90 for shipping. Unfortunately, I'd already placed the order, and this is my normal dealership that I go through. We're not going to name names, but I decided to put the same order in at a local dealership, at least a dealership here in the Carolinas, and see how much the shipping was. The shipping from the Carolina dealership was $40, and that was $90. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it in time, so like I said, I didn't place that second order. So yeah, those four pieces are here. Kind of got ripped off on shipping, but it is what it is. And I will say this, the dealership that I've worked with in the past, they've always been fair on shipping, but 4 pieces of plastic, $90. I know it's a big box. Actually, it's this one down here. It's this bigger box down here. They could have just taken them out of the box, threw them in a smaller one, and put some bubble wrap around it. It's plastic. I don't understand why they didn't do that, but it is what it is. So yeah, that is the beginning of the Bison Bumper swap. I still need to locate the Bison Bumper itself. Every place I look online, it basically just says unavailable or discontinued. Well, you can't discontinue a bumper that you're still producing. So It's not available from AEV yet. It's not available from Chevrolet. So I think I'm going to go to my body guy. I'm going to call him tomorrow and give him the part number for the Bison Bumper and see if he can order it. And if he can order it, being a body shop, he should be able to. And I kind of want to see what his cost is, because I've been looking online. This is going to shock you. The bumper price I've seen online is like $3,500, or over like $3,000. So $3,000 to $3,500, which is a ton of money for just the bumper frame, which is essentially what it is. Like I said, we've got the outer pieces, we've got all the trim pieces, all the plastics, and yeah, so none of these parts were super expensive. I think, you know, this was like 40 bucks, those might have been 40, 50 bucks, but the problem is, you know, we've got like 6 of those 40 or $50 pieces, and that is adding up quite fast. So it's kind of, we went with a reused route on some of these pieces, because I think GM wants for this outer bumper piece like $300-400. I think I paid $150 for that. So, you know, we did get deals where we could. And the other thing I was going to say, the guy on eBay, he cut me a deal to put everything into one box, and we cut shipping price in half. So that's pretty much it for now. I'm going to try to order the bumper part, and we are actually waiting on a kit. We ordered something. It's on a 4-week back order, but hopefully we can get the bumper and that kit that we ordered in at the same time, because I don't want to take this bumper off twice, because that's essentially what's going to end up happening. If you guys are concerned about that one panel that had a couple marks on it, guys, AEV actually sells touch-up paint. I'll have a screen cap of that here, and I think it's like 20 bucks a bottle. Might order like 2 or 3 cans of that, just in case, you know, we end up finding more used parts. And yeah, so you get it directly from the manufacturer, some touch-up paint, and go ahead and use that to paint that piece, and we should be good to go. Hey guys, as you can see, we are in the Silverado, and definitely had a change of events on this bumper video. So last time you saw, we were going through some parts that I had ordered, and I was waiting to actually order basically the front bar of the bumper. Well, found something on eBay. We'll show that here in a little bit, but let's just say it's big. Was shipped via freight, and yeah, I have to go pick it up. So the seller required a business or a dock, you know, for me to get it shipped to, and my paint guy Tim happens to have a loading dock, so I had it shipped there. So let's head up to the body shop, go get the item that I ordered, and we'll reveal what we picked up. All right guys, if you can see in the bed, we have a full load back there, and we will reveal what that is when we get home. Alright guys, we are back home, and as you just saw, we unloaded something big and massive from the back of the truck. Let's just show you what it is. So if you guys can tell, this is a AEV Bison Bumper. You know, we kind of started off this project buying bits and pieces of it. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't planning on finding a whole bumper for sale. So you guys can see it has the fog lights, it's got the clips, it's got the outer piece, it's got the tow hook there, it's got the tow hook here, it's got this outer piece, it's got that fog light. So I basically found a low mileage Bison Bumper for sale that was off of a GMC. Yes, there is slight differences between the GMC and the Chevrolet, but the bumper itself, the bar, the F bar, whatever you want, impact bar, whatever you want to call that thing, that is basically the same. Where it is different is up top, and that's when you get to the trim pieces. You guys can see this one's a little bit messed up. This one is for the GMC. The Chevrolet is a slightly different shape because the headlights are different. On the GMC, you don't have the little pockets where you can step your foot on. The GMC, like the headlights right there. I think it's the bottom, like turn signal is right there. So So there's a little bit of a design, everything from the bumper up. So the top middle section, the outer piece, and this outer piece are all different. I have ordered the Chevy piece. It's on back order. The middle piece is actually this piece right here. It's in the cardboard box. I'm not going to open that up just yet. We don't really need it. Like I said, it's for a GMC. So how did we find this? Well, guys, honestly, I was just looking on eBay, I think on a Saturday. I was typing in AEV. Those are the guys that manufacture the bumper. Actually, they've got a stamp right here. If you guys can see, that does say AEV. I just happened to be looking on eBay. I typed in those 3 letters, AEV, and this bumper popped up. Now, guys, this was not labeled properly. This was not listed AT4X bumper, ZR2 Bison bumper, AT4X AEV edition bumper. It wasn't listed anything like that. It was listed for just AEV bumper. I think Sierra was maybe what they had in it. So it was just kind of mislabeled. And guys, I'll show you what I paid for it here. Here's a picture of the auction after I purchased it. You guys can see I did find this bumper for $1,000. And it has pretty much everything included. You know, it includes the top pieces, like I said, the side pieces, the fog light, the brackets, all of that. The only thing this bumper really didn't come with was the wiring harness, and we're just going to use the one off the front of our truck. The GMC one, it might plug in, but as far as I know, no one has managed to get the proximity sensors to work. You know, if you're going to hit something, those don't work on the Chevrolets. Even though they're there, they might not even be plugged in. I wonder if they sell a blank. I'm just not sure. So, yeah, so we do have those 4 holes that we're going to have to find and fill in, but that'll be for a later date. So, but yeah, so we got the whole bumper for $1,000. I think shipping was $215 freight. I think I'm going to be selling a lot of the pieces that came with it. That upper trim piece is kind of beat up, so I'm not going to be selling that one, but I think this one's still in good shape. The center piece, we'll see if that's any good. This piece, I don't know if we need. And what I mean by that is, from what I saw, it looked like it was the same part number between the Silverado ZR2 and the Silverado ZR2 Bison. So I'm glad they included it, but I don't know if we'll be using it. And basically what that is the piece between the frame horns and where the bumper bolts. So if we took this, I think we could actually probably bolt that into here, and then that would bolt to the truck. So I think that's how that assembly works. I don't know if that's different, like I said, but I'm glad we have it. The one piece I did not have on order was this big black skid plate. That is that boron steel, and it is quite heavy. I had not ordered that just yet. I'm glad I hadn't. That from the dealership is $800. And they sent that because they actually found that in a pile. They had, I guess they went back to the dealership or wherever. They had a pile of parts, and they just kind of started bolting things to this pallet, and they wanted to get rid of it because they didn't want to deal with it. So they sent me a message. They were a couple days late on shipping. They were like, hey, we're going to include a couple extra parts for free. Don't worry about it. And lo and behold, free $800 skid plate. That ain't bad at all. So, guys, this pallet weighed 285 pounds. Now, does the bumper weigh 285 pounds? No, but it is quite heavy. I am able to lift it, but man, that boron steel, I think is what they call it, it is super not light. And so, yeah, I think that's everything that we needed to order. I have everything on order. The one thing I am not 100% sure about is actually the outer support pieces. I think there might be some bumper pieces that go between the body or the frame, and they go to like the corners of the bumper. Probably that screw right there and that big screw hole right there. I don't know if those are different between the ZR2 and the Bison or the AT4X. Cross-reference the part numbers. The part numbers looked all to be the same, so I think they are, but we won't know until we physically get in there and if we bolt the bumper on and, oh crap, you know, the side pieces don't bolt on, or that side brace doesn't bolt on. But hopefully we can just use what we have on the truck. So yeah, unfortunately that means that we've got some duplicates, but I should be able to throw that stuff all on eBay and get my money back. If not, I will list it as brand new, because I literally is brand new in the box from General Motors. Sell all that stuff off, and I got this bumper for $1,000. That's basically the gist of it. Oh, and give you this price perspective. Just the outer bumper itself from GM is between $1,300 and $1,600. And the projected price if you buy this bumper, everything brand new from Chevrolet, from AEV or GMC, is $5,000. So yeah, needless to say, I got this bumper super discounted, and if you try to find the deal that I did, I don't know if you're gonna be able to. I was looking at carparts.com for wrecked trucks. I found one, but they had already sold it. I called another place, they didn't have it. And the other huge problem, guys, I ran into was part numbers. The part number for the bumper itself doesn't match anything that the dealership brochures list. So I tried calling everyone that I knew. I went to various online dealerships, sent them a picture of what I was looking for, gave them the part number, gave them a VIN, real valid VIN numbers. And basically every VIN number I gave them, they said, oh, that is not an AT4X, or no, that is not a ZR2 Bison. They would give me the part number for the base AT4X or the base ZR2 bumper. So ran into a lot of problems with that for the bumper bar itself, kind of like I was saying. And yeah, so I just kept running into problem after problem. And finally, I just ended up going to my body guy. I said, hey, Tim, I want to do this bumper swap. I'm missing this one last piece, which was the bumper impact bar itself. And gave him 2 VIN numbers. He called his dealership guys. They went through their parts numbers, and none of the numbers matched what I gave them. So again, if you guys are trying to do this at a later date, good luck, because the part numbers don't match up with the online catalogs. And so yeah, so fought it tooth and nail trying to find a bumper. Then one random Saturday, found a bumper on eBay, and that's how I got a whole bumper. And with that being said, unfortunately, I am not going to be able to install the bumper today because I am waiting on 3 orders. As you guys know, I can't put anything stock, so we've got some stuff to go on behind with this bumper, and we can't install it until those parts come in. So I've got 1 order from Chevrolet Performance, Chevrolet Accessories, and then I've got a 3rd order with a dealership, actually GM Parts Direct up in Winston-Salem. Haven't heard anything on that order. So yeah, so I've got a bunch of stuff coming up. And I'm going on a trip very soon. So I think you may have already seen that trip video. I'm not sure, but I'm leaving for that in like 4 days. So needless to say, we've got a bunch of stuff in the pipeline, and we will eventually get to this bumper. So if you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you guys want to see that bumper install video, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. And if you guys want to help support the channel, check out all the links down below. I'll try to get part numbers for everything that we've bought successfully. The bumper part number itself, like I said, no promises, because I had a hell of a time just trying to find the right one. So we'll include all those links and info down below, and also make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Any support you guys could give us goes right back into these bumper, truck, shop, Corvette projects, and all that. So that's gonna be it. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.